Hey, remember when Game Master 468 did walkthrough videos? Good times! What's up, everyone? Game Master 468 here, bringing you yet another walkthrough. This time I'm doing a walkthrough of Skylar Plux Adventure on Clover Island for the PC. Now, you're probably wondering at this point, what the heck is Skylar Plux? And I don't blame you, because this game is not very well known. It's kind of obscure, actually. Skylar Plux is an indie 3D platformer game in the style of like the PS2 era of platformers, like Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter and all that stuff. There's definitely some inspirations there, as you'll see when we get later on in the game. Actually, not that later on, like pretty early on, actually. Yeah, it's basically that. It's a 3D platformer, pretty story-heavy, I would say. Lots of dialogue and stuff. Fun stuff. It's a pretty fun game. And we're gonna experience it together. For the second time, actually, because I recorded this earlier and my footage corrupted! Yay! This is my luck. First walkthrough I've recorded in ages, and then the footage ends up corrupting. Good times. Let's get started. Get out of the way, mouse cursor.
A relic from the ancient progenitor civilization has surfaced, and I fear what could happen if it fell into the wrong hands. Some say heroes aren't born, heroes are made.
Well, this hero don't look so good. In fact, she looks like she could kill over at any moment. I don't know. I literally don't know who you are until just now.
Reconstruction. But hey, I'm not complaining. Once your brand new arm's complete, you'll be able to sucker punch people into orbit, baby.
Sucker Punch? That's my favorite video game company. Wait.
Strange to you. It's probably because I've started removing your memories.
Oh.
I know. A tad extreme, but that's just how I roll.
Well, I don't like how you roll. The way you roll sounds mean. Ah, don't eat me! Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to criticize your evil scheming.
Installation complete. This was a rather unfortunate turn of events, although you no longer remember said events. Stand by.
Oh.
Initialize kinetic weapon system.
Not a very secure lock on that thing.
To play, Skylar. Let's get you out of here.
Okily dokily, as it ominously zooms in on her eyes as if it's the villain. Or as if she's the villain, rather. Ah! Jeez.
Are you able to walk?
I don't know. Can you explain it to me in excruciating detail? Or you can just have it on screen on text. That's fine, too. Hey, look, I'm walking!
You seem to be fit as a fiddle. Now, I am more than a regular arm.
Oh, yeah? How so?
Use me to punch through those boxes.
Okay, I'll punch through these boxes. Sweetness.
How did you get out? I mean, I see you're taking a stroll. Good. You'll need some training before you're of any use to me.
Sweetness. I hope you give me the training through a classic platformer-like tutorial sequence. And speaking of which, that's basically what this is. If you couldn't tell already, this is basically the game's tutorial where we're learning all the snazzy moves that this game, that you can do in this game, such as running around, jumping, double jumping, punching, and spin attacking. Lots of fun things.
Bother jumping those containers, though. It's not like you can jump twice in the air or something.
Oh yeah? Well, watch this, yo! Ha ha! Bob doesn't get subtitles because he's lame.
Try my other function on this swarm bot, the spin attack.
There we go, that's spin attack.
Also functions as a triple jump while in the air.
Oh, sweetness. Thanks for telling me about that game. Yeah, it's basically the Jak and Daxter, like, spin jump. Oh. Poor Dave and Steve. Hey, Dave and Steve tried their best. Come on. subtle foreshadowing there, man. Yeah, so we could also have this. We have a grapple beam on Skylar's robot arm. You could use this to pull out platforms and such. It's done using the Y button. I don't know what button it's used for on the keyboard. We'll find out together. Bob's trying his best. Don't insult my boy Bob. All right, Bob is a sweet, innocent little angel.
Step on red buttons to activate all manner of mechanisms.
That sounds great. I will step on these red buttons to activate all manners of mechanisms. And hopefully at some point I'll get to actually, like, explain these mechanics in more detail. For example, I didn't do this in the first recording. I'm gonna go over here and get these boxes. I'm gonna smash these open and get these yellow gems. We don't know what these gems do yet, but they do serve a purpose. And we'll be finding out what that purpose is later on. But I will just say, just collect as many of them as you can, because you will need, like, a bunch of them to do what they're used for. So just run around, just get as many as you possibly can. Doop, doop, doop. So I guess now that they're kind of quieted down a little bit, I can explain some of these in more detail. What I mainly want to talk about is these attacks. We got the spin move, and we got this punch move. I'm going to let you know right now, you will rarely, if ever, be using the punch move. Just for the sheer fact that it's, like, kind of dumb. Like, as you can see, like, there's not much range on it at all. It's, like, really short-ranged. Doesn't really cover a lot. Which, like, if it's, like, a bigger enemy, it's not a big deal, but the problem is, like, a lot of the enemies in this game are really, really tiny. Like you saw, like, as the robot arm described earlier, the swarm bots that we smacked around earlier, or Dave and Steve, as CRT described them as. Yeah, those are the enemies you'll be fighting for most of the game. There are bigger enemies, but those are the ones you'll be fighting the most. And because they're so tiny, this wimpy little, like, punch thing is, like, not very good for taking care of them. So, most of the time, you're just going to be using this. This spin attack is way more effective for clearing out those enemies than this wimpy punch move. The problem with that, though, is that if I, like, just spam the B button, if you can hear it, there's, like, a delay. You see, like, after I spin, like, there's, like, a little bling thing that the arm does after a few seconds. It's because you can't just spam the spin attack. It, like, takes, like, a second to recharge. So when there's, like, a swarm of those, like, tiny little robot dudes, it makes, yeah, you won't be able to, like, just spam them to clear that out really quickly. So you'll have a second where you're, like, completely vulnerable and can't do anything.
Use your grappling beam to swing through the air.
I will use my grappling beam to swim through the air, but first I'm still ranting about how stupid the spin attack charge thing is. It might seem kind of picky at first, but you'll see. When we get to a section where there's, like, a bunch of those tiny robot dudes in one area just swarming you, you'll see that it's, like, really annoying and kind of stupid. Yeah. Anyway, as Mr. Robot Arm Guy said, yeah, you could also use the grappling beam to, well, use it as a grapple and swing around. Like so.
You're forcing my hand here, kitten. Time to wake up our little friend.
Oh my, our little friend. Golly. Anyway, yeah, so, I don't know where that came from. Yeah, so this is this right here is very Ratchet and Clank inspired right here. It's like the grapple beam thing in, well, Ratchet and Clank. So, yeah, cool stuff. Anyway, we've made it out of the spaceship. We're free! We got out of there. Da-ba-da-da. Uh-oh. Oh man, it's an evil giant robot guy. Oh man, it's time for an epic boss fight. Wait.
Dang it, you imbecile. You completely
Oh, okay, never mind. We're not gonna have an epic boss fight. We're just gonna let the cutscene do the fighting for us. Off we go! Blasting off again!
No way! Today's finally the day!
No way, what's the day, creepy looking bird guy? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh man, look how happy he is. What could possibly go wrong for this little guy? It'd be a shame if that happened. Okay, first of all, you need like 5 more oh boys strewn in there. And second of all, you need like that last oh boy to be like have like 8 H's there, alright? That wasn't nearly as long.
That's neat. Greetings, feathery friend. Greetings, you guys. I'm Plux, and these islands are my home.
Nice to meet you, Plux. Alright, we got the Plux from Skylar Plux. Now our gang is complete.
Delighted to make your acquaintance, Plux. But we have urgent matters to attend to. Skylar, if you wish to regain the memory CRT erased, you must find the progenitor structure called the Siphon. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. The islanders always jam about that thing. It's some huge, ancient-looking thingamajig, right? That, sounds just like it, I guess. Can you tell?
It's also not very informative. There's like 8 different thingamajigs you could find. Alright.
I know felines don't like getting wet, and your mechanical arms far too heavy for you to be swimming. So watch out for large bodies of water. Note to self, keep kitty cat out of water.
Yeah. Don't go in the water. Water's bad. Don't drink water either. Trust me, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Upsy daisy. Alright, so now we're out of the tutorial area. Now we're in what's considered the main hub area of the game. Actually, we're not quite in the actual hub part of the hub area yet. This is still like a linear platforming section. But when we get to the end of this linear platforming section, then we'll be in the main hub area of the game. So, yeah, for now we're just gonna keep going forward, collecting these crystals, gems along the way. I found out the last time I tried to record this that that they're called gems. That is the canon explanation. Alright. You're right. It's canon now. Don't argue. Okay. Oops, daisy. Yeah. Wee. I sure do. Thanks, dude. Very thoughtful, but how did you do that? How did you litter checkpoints around the island if you're an arm who is attached to my body at all times and therefore can't go anywhere? How do you do that, man? I don't... How? Also, weren't you like born like 2 minutes ago? How did you even have time to do that, even if you could do that? My gosh, that exact same thing happened. The same thing happened where I like almost missed the grapple beam. Okay, anyway. Oh jeez. Haha! Triple jump, baby.
Wait, is that the Elder?
The Elder?
What's he doing in a cage? It's not you.
Yeah, it's me. I'm right here.
Please get rid of these monsters. Don't you worry your blobby little head.
Hey, man, that's offensive. Anyway. Alright, we gotta get rid of these little swarm bot dudes. Let's get rid of them. Sweetness.
Now, would you kindly release me from this cage? If you don't have enough gems, there should be a few monsters nearby that are full of them.
Sweetness. Alright, so here's what the gems do. They unlock these cages here, so you can let out these creatures. Gonna be learning more about them in just a second, but first, let's see what she wants. What's up, dude? You alright?
And thank you too.
Hey, don't sweat it.
Thanks for letting me out of that cage. You're a real hero, and I guess you helped too, Plus. I know what I was talking
Our
about.
island, and he calls himself the CRT.
Ugh.
His guerrilla
Gasp.
attempts to deconstruct the Siphon broke it apart, and I can feel the life force of this moon seeping away. It's an ancient progenitor mechanism powered by 3 fuses. As the CRT stole one of them, the other 2 returned to their original places of creation.
Oh, I guess they could just do that.
Point of the island. In the seed lost in time. And the stolen one is kept in a fortress of steel. He has imprisoned my people, the Loa, trying to extort us into revealing the fuse's locations.
Oh no.
Please, if you find any of my children, break open their cages just like mine. And for the trouble, I will increase your health.
I mean, we didn't so much break apart your cage, we kind of just unlocked the lock and then just opened the door and let you out.
That sure seems like a tall order. I'm sure you'll define Skylar. Pleasure meeting you.
Hey, no, you're not getting out of this adventure.
Clover Island is your home, and I understand that. But it needs you now more than ever.
What? Me?
You know this island, so you must guide Skylar on her journey.
I guess I know my way around. Sure, if you say so, jelly beans.
Very good, my friends. And Skylar, let Clover Mountain be a trial of your courage. Best of luck to you both.
Best of luck to you too. Oh.
Let's go on an adventure.
Yeah, adventure! Adventure away! Old school Game Master Joe!
Only the Siphon will allow that.
Oh, you're still talking?
Your journey begins at the foot of Clover Mountain.
Okay, I was heading there already, because you told me to, like earlier. So I don't know why you were still... Anyway, so now we got a quest. We need to go and find the fuses to unlock the Siphon, so we can get, Skylar's memories back, and also to stop CRT from doing whatever it is he's wanting to do with the Siphon. I actually forgot. But we're gonna stop him some way, somehow, and we're gonna do that. We also learn about the Loa. That's what those creatures are called. Yeah, so these creatures here, they're called the Loa. The rest of them are basically just her, but like their model is scaled down to be smaller, and that's it. That's the only difference. And also, they sound like 1,000 times more adorable than she is. Yeah, we're gonna be rescuing them at some point. We're not gonna be doing that right now because they're an optional collectible thing. I'm going to be dedicating finding all of the Loa in its own separate video, and we're just going to get, like, all of them all at once. So, yeah, we'll be getting to that, like, towards the end of the game. We're not going to worry about that right now. For now, we're going to be focusing on our main quest. We're going to be heading through here, and we're going to go find the first fuse, which will give us our first step to unlocking the Siphon. And we'll be doing that in the next video. See you then, everyone.